Are you wondering what cryptocurrency, blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs, tokens, all these weird terms, if you're wondering what those are, I'm going to share with you a very short description of each one in dumbed down street knowledge so that you can understand it. I've been learning about these things for the past few months. I'm personally invested in a couple of these things and want to share with you my understanding and why and how I got to an understanding enough so that I could actually participate. Before I get into all these definitions, these are how I interpret them and understand them. If I'm wrong, I have the resources down in the description to prove what the actual terms are. I'm probably right most of the time, but this is how I interpret it, how I understand it. Don't take this as money advice or anything like that, but this is like basic street knowledge in a very simple way to understand it to help onboard you to the full definition, the full understanding of these terms. So if you need a little hook just to kind of start to understand it, that's what this is. It may not be like the whole correct definition, but it's going to hopefully help you onboard yourself. And these are the definitions that I wish I had. So let's dive in. So the first one is cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? Well, cryptocurrency is, think of your American currency, USD, or Canadian currency, or UK pounds, all these different currencies around the world. Cryptocurrency is decentralized. What does that mean? Decentralized means that the currency works in any country. And that means it's not as affected by inflation as the current currencies right now. Currencies are the different types of money that we use, right? And if you don't know what currency is, I'm expecting that you know currency. So if we have US dollars and Canadian dollars in North America, cryptocurrency is a decentralized currency that the investment people don't know how to categorize it. So they're categorizing it as an investment right now. And it's actually a currency. So cryptocurrencies, that's the Bitcoin and all those things. We'll get to that. Cryptocurrencies is a new type of currency that's decentralized, which means it doesn't respond the same way that regular currency responds to inflation. So that's what cryptocurrency is. That's the first little definition. If you want more information, I have show notes down below to understand it more fully. But that's essentially what it is, decentralized currency. Now, what is blockchain? That's another one. Blockchain is not a currency, it's a technology. Blockchain is the technology that cryptocurrency runs on, okay? Do you know what a ledger is? A ledger, if you don't know what it is in business, it's a full account of every transaction that occurs in your business. So a ledger is the inflow and outflow of money. That's a very simple way to put it, and it's not the full definition. Again, show notes to understand more full definitions. But it's the idea of having every transaction recorded on a universally accepted system that everybody can put their stuff on. But everything's encrypted and you don't know what other people's things are. So for example, if I have a cryptocurrency and I buy something, then that's going to be recorded on the public blockchain ledger. All right? So that blockchain is public, and many people around the world are having their computers verify that it's public, and that blockchain is the longest blockchain, the longest ledger is the one that is true. The longest ledger is the one that is true. And some people try to make new blockchains and they try to fib and fudge the original blockchain when it was created. But there's so many good people or good computers verifying that the blockchain is all accurate that you'd have to overcome the grand population of every computer so that you could start a new blockchain and make more money. And it's just really bad waste of time to try to make your own blockchain. So the original blockchain, you can donate some of your computer space in exchange for value. Again, we're getting a little heady here. So just understand that blockchain is a ledger that everybody puts their stuff on that's completely encrypted with I won't even get into that. It's completely encrypted. And then that is verified through everybody else's computer that's verifying that the blockchain is the right ledger. And that is the system that the cryptocurrency runs on. So if that's confusing, I have full confidence that it probably is. There is a white paper that describes blockchain on the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin website, the .org website. I'm going to link the white paper of how blockchain works down in the description so you can understand how blockchain works and get a better understanding. I didn't understand blockchain until I read that white paper. So that white paper is going to help you understand what blockchain is. Remember, blockchain is a technology. It's not a currency. It's not coins. It's a type of technology. Okay? Just like your smartphone's a type of technology, you know, your phone app or your Gmail app is a type of technology, blockchain is a type of technology. Okay? Very, very simple terms. Okay, so that's blockchain. Now, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is one of the many types of cryptocurrency. And remember, cryptocurrency uses the blockchain technology to make itself decentralized. Does that make sense? Okay. Bitcoin is one of the first coins, new types of coins that came out that you can invest in. There's only 21 million of them, and you can put your real money, your real currency in, and exchange it for Bitcoin, the value of what the money is right now in Bitcoin, and then you can actually go buy things. Businesses are accepting Bitcoin, and you can buy Bitcoin, and you can trade Bitcoin, and you can do all that stuff with Bitcoin. So it's kind of like a new type of currency. That's all it is. Bitcoin, and it runs on the blockchain technology. So governments and banks don't have access to it. They can't. They're they're calling it an investment because they can't keep up with the new technology. So that's what Bitcoin is. And then you get Dogecoin and all these different coins. All those coins are all running kind of the similar idea. It's just a type of coin you can trade your real money in for and use that coin to go buy things or do different things with, invest or whatnot. And then the value of it goes up and down. And that is what's the problem. And that's why it's not a good investment, is because one Bitcoin could be $50,000 today, and then tomorrow it's only $10,000. And if you put $50,000 in, you've lost $40,000. The next day it's worth $200,000. Okay, maybe I'll put my money out then. But you missed the window because it's now down to zero. You know what I mean? That's what Bitcoin's constantly worth, different amounts. So again, I'm not an investment professional, so check out the white paper on blockchain to understand it. Check out some Bitcoin resources down in the description to get a better understanding, but that's the essence of Bitcoin. It's just a type of coin you can put real money in and go buy things with using the Bitcoin, trade Bitcoin, invest in Bitcoin, all those things. Bitcoin is a currency, a decentralized currency like we talked about, but Ethereum is more of a technology. It's the way to do transactions and contract. It's not blockchain, but it's this idea of smart contracts. To be able to do Bitcoin, to transact with Bitcoin, it may take a few minutes to 15 minutes. With Ethereum, it's a couple seconds. It's really efficient and fast, and it can essentially replace the need for example, like an Uber driver. You need to use the Uber app as the third party to get a ride. Ethereum is that third party for transactions and things like that, running off the blockchain technology. If that's over your head, I have a very descriptive and easy to understand video going into the ins and outs of Ethereum down in the description below. But just think of Ethereum as a technology, not Bitcoin. Ethereum, though, does have a coin associated with it, and most people call the coin Ethereum, but in fact the coin is called Ether. Ether is the actual coin, but Ethereum is the technology behind the Ether coin. Does that make sense? You have the Bitcoin and the Ether coin, but Ethereum and Ether are often used interchangeably as meaning the same thing, meaning the technology and the coin depending. They just kind of roll it into one term, Ethereum, but technically Ether is the coin. Now, the last thing we have is NFTs, and this will kind of define what tokens are as well. NFTs, or non-refundable tokens, that's what they mean, is a new way for you to create art and sell the ownership of that art to somebody else. Does that make sense? So if you draw a picture and you say the ownership of it is worth $25, and that's the NFT. So it's called, for my case, Jonathon's art. Jonathan's frog picture, right? And that's $25. Somebody can go buy the ownership of that frog picture for $25 and then own the rights to it. Now, if I make 100 different pictures and everybody buys right to it, I essentially have created a community of people that have bought into my community of art and that are now an exclusive right, have ownership rights. And then I can create, the more rights of ownership you buy to my art, the more exclusive access you get to me as a person. Maybe I can answer your questions. Maybe we can hop on a Zoom call, things like that. So that's the kind of the power of it. That's the way I understand it. Again, there's resources down in the description to further understand what NFTs are. I feel like most people on the internet are not explaining them super clearly with street language. So that's my attempt here. But to get that more in-depth knowledge, you can go check out the show notes in the description and look it up there. That's pretty much it for this video. If this was a whirlwind for you, like most other YouTube videos, I try to make this super clear, super simple, and just gonna give you the little intro to what this could be for you and maybe to take the next step with all the resources in the show notes. So make sure to check those out. Like this video if you enjoy it, and make sure to subscribe. A question of the day. Let me know what you think these terms are. If I'm wrong or if you disagree, put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. You're awesome.